What's going on? It's your friendly neighborhood Zippo. That, I think you guys are going to enjoy. But we're not going over that today. And believe it or not, it has 3 wheels. You'll understand. 3 wheels. Alright. This is a 16 horse. It's been blocking my doorway over here for a number of weeks. I could probably even count months, 2 months maybe. And it's an oddball. It is a 326, so it's 16 horsepower. It has a long output shaft on the flywheel side, which is really unusual. Really unusual. And we come over here and it has what appears to be a factory hole in the crankshaft here. Still a 1-inch diameter crankshaft. It is a top oiler. Gas tank would have mounted here. The starter generator mounts down here instead of up here where the gas tank mount is. Odd and unusual. And here's the bracket. So it would have taken a short frame starter generator instead of a long frame. Different. Definitely different. We'll come around. That bracket was for the throttle cable right there. One of the governor springs was messed with right here. The intake manifold has definitely seen better days. The threads are almost non-existent in the exhaust port, but it's got the right amount of oil in it. It's full of oil, and it does spin over, and it does have compression. How much, we don't know. So I figured, since I don't want it there anymore, and I want to see if this is a viable candidate to go further with or tear it down for parts, figured we'd do a compression test on it, and then we can do a spark test. You can see the cover has been missing off these points for a very long time. We do have this is your kill wire here, but we do have everything hooked up here. I will attempt to clean those points. I did not see them moving when I was rotating this engine around. I'll see if they can be adjusted, but what I'm probably going to do is just stick a points eliminator on there. But as I was running it over, if you watch, oh, I guess they did open. Just the tiniest. Right, okay. Well, they are opening, just the tiniest little bit. It doesn't look like the engine is leaking oil anywhere. It's just filthy dirty, that's all. So let me get things set up. We'll get a starter generator mounted to it, get it spinning over, and see what we've got for compression numbers, and also to see if we can pull some spark out of it. But with the dimple haul, you have to move out of the way. Oh, this is the carburetor that was on it. And you can see that the gasket is obviously homemade. And these threads, you can even see the threads pulled out. Those threads are pulled out. Very common on these. People just wrench down too hard on them. And fuel inlet has a shut off right there at the end, which makes me think this was some sort of a stationary engine. So I have a good 4-bolt large bore sitting here. We'll just put that on in place if we end up getting spark. So I've got, you know, my good old standby Nova 2s, but like I said, when I was at Miss Dimple's, I came across these. Now, I know there's more. I just didn't dig deep enough. I'm sure if I did dig deep enough, I'd find more of them. Oh yeah, here's another one right here. There we go. There's a couple of green ones too, but we're just going to stick an eliminator on if we don't have any quick luck with the points. It's just a power start. Essentially an old school Nova 2. I've got 2 more in that bag. So that's what we're going to do. And these hook up the same way. Blue wire would be your hot wire. White would be your ground. So, sorry, I'm just twisting the wires because I'm OCD like that. So while we're getting ready to get this thing set up, just real quick, I had my MRI done. It did show a bulging disc between L4 and L5 that was pressing hard on my sciatic nerve. I had another nerve that was pinched from the front because of the awkward position my spine was in. It wound up pushing a nerve in the front, which is what caused the front leg numbness. That's been remedied. And also I went back in, well, I forget what day it was now, Thursday. Went back in Thursday to outpatient surgery and had a procedure done on my lower back, and we're at Monday the 23rd. It was a minor procedure. I usually do just bounce right back, so I'm feeling a lot better than I have been. So everybody, thank you very, very much for all the well wishes that you guys have sent my way over the course of the past weeks. And like I said, I suppose we can go ahead and count months, but I'm just going to get a regular starter generator bracket, pop these 2 out, stick a regular starter generator on there so that we can spin this thing over, so we can do our compression test and see if we can get spark out of those points. And like I said, if not, we'll go with that ignition module. So you guys stay tuned till I get all that work done. Alright, well, I got the starter generator mounted, but I thought, well, I wanted to get the blower housing off, clean everything out there, and I ran some abrasive paper through the points, and I thought I'm going to give them a shot, see if I can't just spin the flywheel by hand and get a spark. Well, guess what? I got spark. I don't know if it's going to stay here or not, but we will attempt. See if that'll stay. And I'm going to shield you guys from the light. Don't worry, if you're afraid of the dark, it won't last long, so just hang on. Ready? Here you go, you're going into the dark. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. But we definitely have spark. So, yay. Here, we'll turn it a bit so it's a little easier to see. How about that? Alright, in the dark again, just in case you didn't see it the first time. Now go away. We have spark. That is a good thing, and that was really easy because all I did, like I say, was just run some abrasive paper through those points that have been exposed for who knows how long. That tells us our coil's good, our condenser's good. So we've got a yay on that aspect of it. So I've got everything pretty well blown off here. You can see just how, I mean, it's huge. But I wonder if this and this are not one piece to make that an extended. It's entirely possible because it, yeah, I think it is. I think that is just to extend it, that it's, this is hollow inside. Huh. So I could switch it over to the standard. Be my guess anyway. The booster fan right here has a really big hole in it where all my other 16 horsepower just have, I don't know, what is it, a 5/8 or a 3, well, yeah, probably 5/8 or somewhere around that range. But anyway, we've got spark, so let's throw a carburetor on there, a little bit of fuel on there. I'll find a belt for the starter generator, get a host gas tank set up, get all that fun happy stuff ready to go, and we'll take a compression test before we try to start it, and then we'll see if this thing's going to come back to life. Might be surprised, it just might. So hang on. Alright gang, it is check the compression time. Got starter generator on, blower housing all back on. Everything looks good. We know we've got spark, got the carburetor mounted. Saved you guys the agony of all that stuff going on. Now we're going to see what we've got for compression. Ready? Alright, now you got to remember you have to add about 20% because this is an easy spin starting, which means there's a compression release on it. So we're at bang on 90 psi. So we're running roughly 110, 115 in that vicinity, 115-ish. So that should be good enough to start. So I'm not going to hook a gas tank to it. I'm just going to fill the fuel bowl and stick a spark plug in this thing, and we're going to see if it's going to start. Just give me just a second to get that done. Alright, there's not much in the way of fuel in there, and I have no idea if that carburetor is adjusted or not. So it's going to be a crapshoot. Also, if it does start, it's going to be loud, because I don't want to put a muffler in there until I'm able to run it, blow all the crap out of it, so I can run a chasing tap in there and clean those threads out for the muffler. Let's get going. I'm going to get a hold of the choke here so I can operate it. See if it's going to start. So far that's a no. Let me check a couple things. Alright, I reset the needle. Let's see what happens. Oh, and I also went ahead and put the hose gas tank on it back here. Still nothing. Said this was an untested carburetor, right? And I may also be drawing too much air into this intake manifold where it's been mucked with. So let me make sure I've got fuel coming out. When I say fuel coming out, I mean going into the fuel bowl. Yep, fuel coming out of the fuel bowl. I see fuel down here. I'll bet it's just running way too, or it's just way too lean due to the intake manifold. So I don't know what else I can try really beyond changing that intake manifold out. Let's see what we got. Well, is that good enough to convince you guys that it'll run? It's good enough for me. I'll take that. I'll call that a win. well, there you go. There's Zippo working on a old engine that probably hadn't been run in who knows how long. But I'm just guessing that because of the way this was slotted, that the gasket is not sealing on either side. So I'll change that intake elbow out and see what we've got then, because I know that this is a good carburetor, and I just went through and readjusted it. So but I call that a win. It'll run. And I blew everything out of the threads on the exhaust port, so we should be good. So that's it. We'll call that one Friendly Neighborhood Zippo. The next one that we are going to start will be that 12 horse with Kohler down there. Owner wants it rebuilt. I want to test it and check it out first before jumping in with both feet and rebuilding it, just to save him some money if it really doesn't need it. Check tolerances and all that fun stuff. So, but we're going to stick out on the bench and see if that one will start next. That'll come up one day this week. So hope you guys enjoyed. Got ourselves another Briggs 16 horse that we can stick on the shelf. We can call good. I will change the intake elbow out off camera and make sure that it's going to be a good runner. It doesn't smoke, doesn't overheat, but no smoke came out of it when it started initially there, so I'm calling it good. That's it. Friendly Neighborhood Zippo. If you guys aren't already subscribed, right down there, just click subscribe. After you do that, a little bell icon will show up. Hit that bell icon for all notifications if you want to know the next time I post a video. And we will eventually get to what's underneath sheet number 1. It's cool. We'll catch you guys later. I'm out.